Hey everyone, before we start the video, I just wanted to note a few disclaimers, starting off with, of course, as always, my mic. I apparently have a piece of driftwood for a brain because I put my mic too close to my computer while filming this, so it caught all of the audio of my computer. Basically, screaming out air would be the best description of what this audio sounded like because, I don't know, my computer just does it when it's like, I don't know, overwhelmed. But basically that audio went to shit, which meant that I was using the audio from my camera for this video, which means it caught all of the sounds of my lens when it's autofocusing. So I'm apologizing in advance for the crunching noises throughout this entire video on behalf of my lens. And I also should probably note that this video is actually in collaboration with my laptop cursor, which makes a few cameos on screen at some points. But other than that, I hope that you guys enjoy. Really sorry about the audio issue once again. I'm trying to figure it out. If you guys could link, or I guess not link, but comment down below any external mic suggestions, that would be great. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are back with another video, and this one is a movie review. Today we're going to be looking at The Last Summer, which describes itself as a story that follows a bunch of teens from a Chicago high school grappling with their dreams, relationships, and identities in a transformative summer before they leave for college. And it stars KJ Apa, so we just know it's going to be interesting. This is going to be full of spoilers. It's kind of going to be like a watch with me, but also kind of not. I don't know, let me know if you guys like this kind of style of video. If you guys hate it, then we'll stop doing it, but if you guys like it, maybe suggest other movies that have cringe potential that we could look at. Of course, before we start today's video, we'll do this week's Sweaty of the Week. It goes to multiglorygirls_rose, and it's I have two sides. The nicest guy you'll ever meet, and the twisted fucking psychopath. I don't know what's funnier, the typo or the fact that this man literally just took off his glasses. I just realized I called it Sweaty of the Week instead of Sweaty Shout Out, but whatever. If you want to get a sweaty shout out for yourself, all you have to do is follow me on Instagram and subscribe to me on YouTube, which makes you a sweaty. And then you just DM me your favorite meme of the week on Instagram and you might get chosen. If you're wondering what kind of movie this is, this man got a fucking reminder to break up with his girlfriend. What the fuck? So basically this movie is about like learning and like having like one last summer. So then we have KJ Apa, who has a guitar. I swear to fucking God, if he has a musician subplot, I don't know what in the bootleg version of When Harry Met Sally introduction this is. I don't understand it. She's doing apparently a documentary. Her name's like Phoebe. Then we move on to this guy who has a summer wish list, which is literally one of the creepiest things I've ever heard of in my entire life. This man has literally compiled photos of women on his phone. This is serial killer energy. So at this point, Archie sees the girl that was recording people earlier, and she has decided that at a party she is going to have a full filming setup, just short of 3-point lighting. So this couple starts breaking up really awkwardly, and then I realize the female actor in this, she's in a lot of teen movies, like a lot of them. Moving back to the creepy guy, he literally has a photo open of a woman on his phone and he's looking for her, and the creepiest part is once he actually approaches her and proceeds to call her
juice box.
But the way that she actually made it clear that she had no fucking clue who this guy was. I was gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and thought that this was like he was meeting a girl on Tinder and like was just trying to find her. But no, this man literally just compiled pictures of girls he doesn't know that he thinks are attractive and he's stalking them. What the fuck? Then the creep spots the forbidden girl that he's like in love with and he thinks is impossible to get with, and then she actually approaches them, but she hits on his friend who just like broke up with his ex, and they basically get together and they get invited to a beach bonfire party. Then I have to hear Archie be interviewed where he talks about how social media is where we should get to know each other and be nice, but he also hates technology. So they bond over how much they hate new technology, and he randomly knows how to do Pro Tools and helps her. In this part, he says that he's been recording all his life, which is why he's so good at Pro Tools, and I swear to God, at this point, I was like, if this man is alluding that at one point he's going to be playing an instrument or singing, I'm turning off this movie and I'm throwing my computer in a dumpster. So they talk, bond over like their jobs and whatever, and he tries to get her number and she basically is like, I can't hang out because I'm focusing on my film this summer. Which makes no sense. Then at this point, one of the girls has an internship at a marketing agency because that's definitely a tangible job to get during the summer after the 12th grade. Then to pile on with the out of touch content in this movie, there is this scene which I'm so sorry I'm showing you this, but if I had to sit through this shit, so do you.
You lit?
I'm always lit. I'm always lit.
I'm always lit.
Jesus fucking Christ. It's every fucking movie. Every single fucking thing this man is in, he's gotta be a goddamn musician. Why? What about KJ Apa screams this man needs to have a musician subplot? why? He then proceeds to send her a mixtape because this man is a SoundCloud rapper. Like, he is an actual SoundCloud rapper. So then Archie's dad comes in. Honestly, I'm calling him Archie at this point because he's basically Archie. And his dad comes in and starts like, oh, you need to do this. And Archie's like, Dad, you don't know what I want, blah, blah, blah. This is basically Troy Bolton's character arc in High School Musical 3, except it's not as good. So then the girl who just got dumped, some baseball guy falls into her lap and ends up being Tyler Posey, which, first of all, I mean this in the nicest way, okay? Because I like Tyler Posey. But why is he still in these movies? This poor man needs to graduate from this shit. So then baseball Tyler Posey gives her a baseball that says like, oh, do you want to get dinner? And so she's like, great, now I have a summer fling with a baseball player. Also, the guy in the red shirt was killing me. He was very, very dedicated to his role as just an excited man. He's a musician. Again. So Phoebe ends up thanking Archie for the unsolicited mixtape that he sent, and he asks if she wants to go see an old movie. Specifies old because he's cultured. And as they're just like joshing around via text, he sends something that's like, it's not even a risky text. Like, it literally, she had said like, oh yeah, or she had responded K when he said, do you want to go to a movie? And he was like, K, that's all you're gonna send? Like, shouldn't you be like, I'm so excited or something? And she takes like 30 seconds longer than usual to respond. This man proceeds to have a full-blown meltdown, just short of punching a goddamn hole in the wall while Eminem plays in the background because she isn't responding yet. I kid you not, this is a full 30-second montage of him.
Crap. It's going great. It's going great, and I started getting cocky. I got cocky, started cracking jokes that clearly didn't make sense, and I made it awkward.
This man is acting like his dog died. It literally was like 15 seconds she took to reply. And then when she does respond, he acts like everyone in the bus was waiting on the edge of their seat. Then again, I just realized I wouldn't even be surprised if the entire bus like started clapping after, because everyone in the shot looks like the kind of person who claps when a plane lands. Now we have the girl from Awkward playing the exact same character she played on Awkward. And this is where Foster's whole plot is just really annoying. He's like trying to work through his list and it's really stupid. It's not working because it's a stupid list. And then we go back to Archie and Phoebe, who end up seeing The Big Lebowski because of course that's the movie he picked. And then we learn that they had a date in the 8th grade before he went to prep school, so I guess that's where they first met. And yeah, they basically just have a really like typical first date and we have to sit there the whole thing. Then we learn that Tyler Posey is a yee bitch in this. So they go to a yeehaw bar, which honestly I can get behind this. Everyone saddle up, okay? Let's bump some high horse in this goddamn building. This is where it starts to get a little bit confusing because the last we saw of these two, they were hooking up and now she's on a folding chair telling him to hurry up with her lawn and she calls him honey baby, which I don't understand. I think it's about time that we pay attention to the two coined losers who are apparently cosplaying as traders at a bar when they just keep wearing suits so they can drink and not get carded. I don't understand this at all because you would think at some point in this movie that their plot would intertwine with the rest of the group, but they literally do not interact with the rest of the cast for the entire movie. I don't know why it was even included. He just keeps talking about all these intense Pro Tools effects. Like, boy, this is not some intense Create Tyler Instagram video. It's a documentary where she's interviewing people. Like, at this rate, the amount of effects he's talking about in this documentary, it's literally going to sound and look like this. Of course, there's the whole, we've got my dad wants me to do the business thing, so I'm doing that. It's official. We now know exactly what's going to happen in this movie, like to a T. They start talking about barbecue for like 3 minutes between something called Lems and smoke. Like, can someone translate this? Is this Chicago lingo? I don't understand. Then we go back to the date with the blonde girl and Yeehaw Posey, which honestly, if there is any dialogue more awkward in this movie, holy fuck.
Buddy, nice hat.
Thank you. That's so cute.
That's cute.
So cute. So then Archie and Phoebe start hanging out all the time and then they have like this war where they're like just, I don't even know, they're eating barbecue food and like, I don't even know. It's a weird scene. But this scene breeds the worst line I've ever heard.
You that good with condom wrappers?
What the fuck did you just say? Am I a terrible person for assuming that like if this happened in real life, somebody would have farted at one point? Like they just ate a shit ton of barbecue food. Like you just know Archie slid in a little bit of a... I just don't understand why they drag out these sex scenes with indie music playing in the background. Like, we don't need to see this. We really, really don't. And then he sleeps over. Like, where is her mother? So then Archie is walking with his guitar thing. He sees his dad with another woman. And I'm not even gonna lie, it took me 3 rewatches of this scene to realize what the fuck was going on because I couldn't remember who the guy was and I couldn't tell if the woman was his actual mom or not. We then learned shortly after that the girl that Archie's dad is hooking up with is Phoebe's mom. The 2 guys have sex with women who think they're older traders, which is about the only thing I think worth mentioning in their timeline because what the fuck. And then we go back to the painful dialogue between these 2.
You throw a picnic?
A little bit, yeah. Hope you're hungry.
He did it, guys. The guitar's out. We can all go home now. Archie's playing the guitar. Let's all fucking go home. This scene is great. The ex shows up with an American flag, which at first I was like, why? And then later I found out it was the 4th of July. And he starts to be like, oh, can we get back together again? And she's like, LMAO, no. And then Yee Posey, our man, he shows up in a Lamborghini. And I don't know why, but this was so funny because she literally is like, okay, see you later, and just waves him off. Like, the 5th unwritten new rule from Dua Lipa is driving away in a Lambo with Tyler Posey. Like, I'm sorry. I don't make the rules, Dua does. Also, for someone who was complaining about technology earlier, it seems Archie is the only one in this scene with his phone out, not enjoying the moment for real. The 2 young guys who are pretending to be traders literally start dating those women because they just... why not? Then we get to this weird scene that proves this movie makes absolutely no sense because this girl is about to hook up with this guy, then randomly stands up and proclaims to 4 people that she won't hook up with him because she found out about his hookup list and then tells him it went viral.
It's gone viral, douchebag.
How? Where was the list even? Wasn't it just on his phone? Like, how would it even go viral? Like, what the hell is going on? Also, this list was mentioned like maybe twice in this movie. I don't even understand why they included it. They could have just made him someone who was going after people because this just feels so disjointed. And Archie and Phoebe walk off to watch the fireworks alone, and Phoebe reminds us that she's not like other girls, which is just so refreshing.
Sort of been an outsider on the inside, you know?
I'm gonna be real honest with you.
You're gonna tell her that her mom is hooking up with your dad?
I would like to be that person. Look like an angel, a sex goddess, a sex goddess, a sex goddess.
Who wrote this script? So after we are absolutely traumatized by that, the guy who had the list admits that he's actually a virgin, which I think we're supposed to be surprised by. And then Archie is back to, you know, his SoundCloud rapping stuff.
Dude, I'm working on it right now. We're sitting at about 100 beats per minute.
100 beats per minute. Phoebe's mom finds out that the guy she was seeing, who is Archie's dad, was married, and Phoebe finds out, and Phoebe's upset, and Archie's kind of like playing Boo Boo the Fool right now, which is... the fuck. Then he finally reveals what happened because they're like walking out of Archie's house, and Archie's dad pulls up, and she's like, that's your dad? Because she had seen him once when he was with her mom. Is this making sense? And she gets really upset, which, okay, listen. Archie ends up going up to Phoebe's mom and apologizing and everything, and like Archie has to apologize to everybody. But what I don't understand is like neither Phoebe nor her mom has any sympathy for Archie's mom. Like, I initially thought that Archie was gonna be like, oh, like the reason I didn't say anything was because I didn't want to tear my family apart and I needed to figure out a way to do it lightly. This man admits the only reason he didn't say anything was because he didn't want Phoebe to break up with him. What the fuck? Dude, what about your family? It also turns out that Yee Posey, unfortunately, was dicking around the blonde girl. She literally goes to get food for them, and a different girl, who ends up being the ex that he mentioned from back home, opens the door and asks if she's the takeout girl. I am creasing. Then we have a montage of Archie sending Phoebe like takeaway, like the barbecue stuff that she likes, and in the envelope is a towelette. Which, listen, I get that he's trying to be like cute, but also like if you're trying to apologize for not letting a girl know that her mom was getting fucked around with, do you really think the best idea is to put something that symbolizes you guys having sex in it? Do you really think that's the most heartfelt way to apologize? Also, going back to those trader guys, the guy finally spills the beans with the woman and says that he's 18. But then the girl is okay with it. She literally says that the first time that they slept together, his wallet was open and his ID was out, and she checked it. Like, this girl really just went along with it. Like, what is going on? This is a point in the video where I pay attention to this girl's storyline because when I tell you this was so bland and unoriginal that I didn't even want to mention it, trust me, I didn't want to goddamn mention it. But long story short, she's felt shortlisted her entire life, blah blah blah. Her last choice of university puts her on a wait list, and when she's given probationary acceptance, she passes it up so that she doesn't have to settle. Woo.
Yeah. So I've got your invoice.
Let me grab my checkbook. Come on in. I'll get you something cold. Unless you're in the mood for something hot.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
So after that scene, we have the blonde girl and the guy get back together. How exciting. And then it goes to Phoebe's film showing, which apparently is at a theater. They start playing this movie, and I swear to God, this documentary literally looks like the intro song to those trap beat YouTube channels that boost the bass in songs. Like, what is this? It then proceeds to be the most artificially woke thing ever, and Archie ends up going up to meet her after. They basically make up, and then Archie admits that he's not going to Columbia anymore, he's going to Berkeley. He's gone against his dad's opinion, and Phoebe is going, where the fuck is she going again? NYU or something? They get back together, all is good. I just wasted an hour and 48 minutes of my life. Now, would I say that this is worse than Riverdale? Honestly, I was going to say no, because this isn't a movie that is as consistently cringy as Riverdale, but the strength of the cringe in the few scenes in this movie, I have to say, it's at least on par. Anyways guys, I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. If you want to follow me outside of YouTube, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which are both Aonso, and otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next one.